是 Summer， 今天我要继续玩这个 Time At Sandrock-Part， 所以我们赶快开始。你很可爱耶。噔噔，唱一下。他给我什么？refiner。
Hey there! People around here seem nice enough, but whenever I need to feel a bit more at home, I stop in at Pablo's parlor. That guy's got class in spades! So long, partner.
他真的是他的粉丝呀。 个水应该没什么事情吧。行，OK。感觉我的家会变得很奇怪。I don't want to say you know. 做什么？所以4个到10倍。它真的好奇怪啦！不要10倍。4个。晚上9点是吧？插在这儿，还没出去吗？应该是。Where are you？ 但是看地图挺让我疑惑的。喂，你的鸡蛋。哪里有人家煎蛋的？他还在。先去找7号。
Thank goodness it's here. Let's see the result.
How was it?
The taste is wonderful. I feel brain caffeinated, concentration maxed out, work engaged. Now, where was I? Ah, satellite analysis. It's like calculating elliptical movements using integrals. Cancel out this, introduce auxiliary variables, then plug it into this formula. So the integral constant here is also the time where it passes peristron. The vector expression of the spacecraft is the same as the elliptical trajectory. That is to say... Aha! You must be fascinated too. How selfish of me to keep all this beautiful science to myself. Come, take a look. I understand. You wish to observe my work, correct? Good, good. Learning through thorough analysis and practice is always efficient. This equation represents the reflectivity of the craft. This is to understand the necessary pressure resistance, and here is the atmospheric density inside the craft. But of course, I don't have to tell you that. Now, I'm sure you know that when shielded by the Earth, the sun's radiation does not affect the craft, or at least is largely reduced. But unshielded, the temperature rises astronomically.
Okay.
But for now, we should put this aside. It wouldn't dramatically affect the trajectory. I can't seem to find my journal. Forget it. I'll start another one. But my research... The acceleration caused by solar wind, surface to mass ratio... My journal! Where did you find it? So much of my research is now returned. Thank you. I highly appreciate it.
Ah, you're here. You are practiced in physical activities, correct? Running, climbing, digging, builder things. I wish to improve my operational efficacy with the mobile suit. However, physical coordination has always been my weak spot. PE was an elective in the Vega 5 school system, so I opted for physics instead.
Okay.
Anyway, do you have any suggestions for me? How does one work out? I understand the repetition of action, but I'm at a loss regarding optimal efficiency activities.
这样吧。
Running seems to be a popular choice, but in Sandrock, the air quality would prove somewhat counterproductive. I've done research and found that dancing has been found as being one of the most productive forms of exercise and results to time ratio. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah.
It seems dancing has a strong positive influence on the physical coordination, and physical coordination is one of the preconditions for operating the mobile suit. Now that I think about it, Vivi dances regularly. Does that mean Vivi can pilot the mobile suit? You're arriving at conclusions with scant evidence. But no, I've not danced before. Perhaps you can show me how to dance. If you can prove its efficacy, I would much appreciate it.
Okay. So,
I couldn't help but observe that you're always out conversing with people in town. I'd assumed you had some purpose for doing so, but if that's the case, why is it that our interactions are so frequently unsubstantive?
为什
So
么要
long.
拳打？ 今天星期六。
Hello.
不要这样了。
I discovered that 1 out of every 1,000 grains of sand is white and shiny. I've discovered this by counting them.
What?
See you.
I don't know what to say. 诶，什么？这有什么？
I would recommend we begin with the observational stage. If you're able to adequately demonstrate, then we may begin lessons.
还要我跳舞？ 啊！至少还是可以。OK。
Interesting. You are probably classified as a good dancer. Preliminary analysis is complete. I believe I'm ready to try. But this is not an ideal location for dancing. Shy? No. I just wouldn't want our research to be disrupted.
是吗？我觉得他是想呀。If you this.
Thank you.
Protect trees. Only you can prevent desertification.
Can that bird talk? Why can't you?
3点多了。我懂了，那个他要做那个叫什么？那个车站，才有吧？那先去做一下那些。
All right. This looks great. You're legit, builder. And you're gonna love what we do at the Sandrunner Extravo Plaza. I guarantee it.
Okay.
I'll be in my museum devising plans. I'll make sure this is the best dang attraction this town has ever seen. Check your mailbox. I don't want you missing the opening ceremony.
Okay. 这是什么？5949是纯的那个比较好。我看一下啊，到底有什么用在这里？这么远的，超远的嘞！去看看好了。哦，是走更慢啊。 做什么？
Oi! Oi!
哦，OK，打他。
Oi! Oi! Oi!
不要。
Yeah!
喂喂，不要过来哈！
Yeah!
别过来！小心啊！小 喂，没有做的也不要做啊！跟那个袋鼠都差不多打完架，他还没走完嘞。他要去这边吗？
In all my travels across the Free City, I can say with great confidence, there's no one around with my kind of selection. Last stop for rare items, right here, builder.
三角。OK。哇，12%啊！你不能去打卡好不好？这啥？我之前有买过吗？好像没买过是吧？日交。不能卖给你吗？所以在那边OK，就得要去骑那边。我觉得我先去骑那边好了，避免自己迟到。
You're here. Good timing. The satellite will pass overhead shortly. I've configured the telescope. I've also attached an SLR to allow direct imaging. We can take photos for further analysis.
Okay.
We still have some time before the satellite arrives. Let's test out the telescope first.
Okay, stargazing is a great activity to do while dating or hanging out. Okay. In single player, you can only look at the constellation map when dating or hanging out. When you start stargazing, your companion will say which sign they want to see, and you can try and find them. When looking for constellations, remember to move the viewport around. If you think you found the right constellation, switch to the located to verify. OK 呀，他要的是那个马，是这个吗？1、2、3、4。感觉好像是这边有的嘞。卡。是在这，就好像是在这里这样的感觉，不知道。在这吗？这一个一只了，这里吗？
The image quality is vastly superior, no? The clarity allows for much more precise imaging for the stars. You know, interestingly, when people believe they are wishing upon shooting stars, they are actually wishing upon rocks falling and burning up in the atmosphere. Stars do not shoot. It is a common misconception.
Okay.
What else do you wish to know? Perhaps an overview of the constellations? I will not peddle astrology, but I know a thing or two about astronomy. According to numerous studies, the Swan was originally a constellation that was used to guide sailors across vast distances. They could follow the movement across the skies to orient themselves. What else do you want to know about? Ah, interestingly, the scientific name for this constellation is Scalasium Major, which is a rare instance of the scientific name and the layman's name aligning. What else do you want to know about? This was the first constellation I learned of. I was 4 at the time. This was a rare instance of scientific knowledge being shared from my parents rather than my grandfather. Much like the Swan, it would help them as they were out fishing, providing a point of reference. What else do you want to know about? Interestingly, although we grouped these stars together in named constellations, they were in fact separated by tens of light years. That's enough for now. The scavengers should be here any moment. Bingo! Now!
他看的是的地方。
Perfect! It's a lot clearer than I thought. Take a look here. This has to be the satellite's antenna. It's completely intact. It might even be transmitting, which would make it one of the few working satellites remaining. If only we had a working receiver to downlink the scavenger's signal. Think of what we could learn. Ah, but I shouldn't be too greedy. We just installed an equatorial mount and now a camera too. It's already a huge step forward. Since we're on the subject though, let me tell you about a paper I read a few days ago. The sampling of digital control technologies of the old world. What a read. Yes, the antenna on the satellite is one such digital controller. I might have mentioned it a bit last time. Here are the details though. See, people of the old world had hundreds of thousands of satellites up there in the sky. Most of them were destroyed on the day of calamity, but a few should have survived. Now, we've lost most of the communications technology of that period. I mean, we're using wireless telegraphs while they used quantum entanglement,
which I don't even have a clue what it means. It just sounds so advanced. My hobby of observing satellites and space stations is my way of trying to connect the dots. If we're able to communicate with these machines, we might be able to recover much of the lost technology. You finally understand now. Teaching is a lot of work. What do you mean?
Oh,
You mean you already know about it, and you still wanted me to talk about it? Ah, I see. Learning through repetition.
真的。
Well, at least you have an eager mind. You know, I used to deflect from social situations, but it seems in fact that stimulating scientific conversation can be had. Interesting. It's getting quite late. Let's call it a night. I need to rest too.
我不知道呀，他怎么治？我是要这样追嘞？算了啦，看上男人就不简单啊。看一下哈。
Hmm?
Hmm? Hmm. Wow.
应该没事吧？超怕他们掉下去了。还在那边。
Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.
我回来了吧？哇塞！哦，从这里走。看一下哈。想看的东西。
Yeah. Yay. Was there an electrical leakage? Don't you feel it? Or maybe it's exercise fatigue? My neck, chest, calves all feel pretty sore. Why don't we just call it a day? Thanks for teaching me how to dance. This is truly an unexpected workout method.
Yep. 笑死！对人妹的那个真的，笑归笑，我还是要做工。OK，this yeah，OK。我去敲。
Builder, please don't interrupt me. I'm in the middle of solving an equation. Natural logarithm of 2 over 9.72 times 10 to the negative 10th multiplied by time to the negative 1st, which leaves room for a second one, but... Goodbye.
Between you and me, I'm actually kind of surprised Matilda supported this endeavor. I guess that's what makes her such a great leader. Here's hoping we get a lot more opportunities like this. Oh, thank you.
Do you want a cracker? Do you want a cracker?
Soon.
Now, now!
Oh, these were happy days indeed. Sandrock was quite lively then. Owen's father bought the saloon office and turned it into their Blue Moon. This photo, well, it must be opening day. That there's Lumi with his back to the camera. He was the finest shoemaker you'd ever meet. That lady on the left was Rose. Boy, she could hum a tune. And that there's Eska. She was always writing poems with a glass of milk in front of her. Of course, none of them are here anymore. You see, back then there were always folks passing through. Some even took the train that day just to be there to see the blue moon open. Thank you for bringing this to me. It feels good to share these old stories with someone who will hear them. Please stop by if you find any more of my photos.
Okay.
X, say thank you.
Thank you.
我自己做的。感情太养人了，从那边下去，快点吧！不能加快速度还是什么？到了，要得。箱子嘞，在哪？这上面，在这里。Here。有什么吗？这边有一个 green 那这是什么？奇怪的，请问我加下去？啊，耶！会？怎么下？我会死吧？然后掉下去。可是，慢慢下去啊。啊好。
Yeah? Uh-huh.
What? Oh.喂，你等一下哈，你等我走完剧情先，我就揍你，说是真的。 分享方式。看来不要发了，等下就骂。OK。哎，我觉得这不错。睡觉。什么事情？是打架吗？什么事？
Come back here, you dirty varmint!
Oh my god.
Burgess, are you all right? What happened?
Logan! He came out of nowhere. I couldn't stop him.
It's okay, as long as no one's hurt. Well?
The coward escaped. He's gone too far this time.
I'm afraid you're right, Sheriff. I think we need to face the truth. Logan is no longer the person we knew. He and his gang need to be brought in. For too long, we have allowed him to do whatever he liked because we respected his paw. But after the temple incident, the hijacked train, now with this water tower, it's just the last straw.
What's wrong with that boy?
Old man Howlett would have been so sad to see his boy acting such a fool.
We showed those gigglers that Sandrock ain't nothing to mess with. What's a couple of podunk, two-bit crooks to brave folk like us? I say, we get a posse together and make Logan pay for what he's done.
Say no more, Minister. Civil Corps with me. Let's see if we can't track down that ne'er-do-well before the trail goes cold.
Here now, as senior officer and guy who's been here in this town way longer than your Mr. Macho Protein huffing behind, I give the orders round here. But, yeah, unsure? Do what Penn said. Let's ride.
Now, we need to get ourselves a new water tower in a hurry. Without it, our town can't easily access water from the oasis. The only solace I can find in all this mess is that at the very least, the water tower was almost empty. Our next shipment of water ought to arrive soon. But before that... Where is that Commerce Commissioner?
Right behind you, Minister.
Yes. Yen, I need your guild to help our town rebuild this water tower before the next water shipment. I trust y'all can handle it?
Is the sun hot? Does sand sting? Of course we can handle it. We'll also make the new water tower absolutely, positively Logan-proof. There's just one minor thing. The inconvenient matter of the bill. Of course, of course. I'll just put it on the tab. I'll have my builders working on it by tomorrow. Hear that, builders? Oh, drat. Where did the other one go? Go find that slacker coworker of yours and tell her to expect the job to begin first thing in the morning. Pronto!
All right, folks, let's move along then. Nothing more to see here. Let's just trust in our Civil Corps that there will be no more of these incidents.
Indeed, y'all. Rest assured that everything is going to turn out all right in the end.
Dear departing dahlias, please have a safe trip home. Try some santee.
I'm telling you, Logan's innocent.
What?
I know Logan. We practically grew up together. He was always the goody two-shoes. I just can't accept that he would do something like this.
Elsie, everyone saw him bomb the temple. And then the water tower, and then there's all the other stuff. I mean...
I just want to be sure. Please?
Alright, what can I help you with?
See, I don't think he did this without reason. I want to take a look at his house, which is right here, and do some hands-on investigating. For the truth.
What do you need me for? Because?
Because you're smarter than me, okay?
Don't sell yourself short, Elsie.
Oh, don't try to be nice, Neon. I'm dumber than a box of rocks. We all know it. The only way we're gonna learn all the facts is if I can get your help.
I do want to help, but I don't think we can just walk in.
So we're in agreement then. Hey, keep it down. You trying to get us in trouble?
Oh, shoot.
Move along. You didn't see nothing.
I guess we're breaking into Logan's house to look for clues as to why he went off the deep end and blew up the temple.
And we're gonna prove Logan's innocent too.
Yeah, sure. Hey, why don't you join us, Elsie? I think we could use one more member of the team who's,
Oh yeah, cool, calm, collected, just like me. All right, you made your point. You're in. But I better not hear about you squealing, especially not to my pa.
Well, then, shall we? The sooner we get through this, the sooner I can fix that window.
Hunker in, you two. Spread out and look for clues.
Aren't you gonna do anything?
I already came in here a while back. I didn't find nothing. That's where y'all and them higher education brains of y'all's come in.
Alright. Let's look around then. Hey, what's this?
Oh yeah, I've seen everything over there. Bunch of lame junk.
No, Elsie, this is a clue.
Huh? No way.
Yes, way. Take a look.
Okay. Highlight. Can view all the details.
Gosh, I hardly recognize anybody in this photo. Is that Logan's pa? And that's probably his ma. How come I've never heard anything about her?
Sorry to interrupt, but how does this prove Logan's innocent?
Everything we find here is a piece of the puzzle. Every object tells a small part of a bigger story. Also, Logan is not innocent. I would really give that one a rest. However, learning the motives of everyone involved brings us closer to the truth. And there's one person in this photo who will be able to tell us all about what happened at this wedding. Exactly. Owen is here in the background of this photo. He was there. He must know more about Logan's past.
This photo is so old, I ain't even born yet. Hardly recognize anyone on here.
Well, I've brought my camera. Why don't I start taking photos of anything we find that's interesting? I can mail copies to you guys, then later we can ask people in town about what we find. But, try to be subtle. We're not supposed to be in here. All right, let's spread out and keep looking. Oh, what a lovely picture. Looks like it was drawn by Jasmine.
Okay, now y'all are playing around. What's a kid's drawing got to do with any of this?
Well, obviously, it shows us that, I think so as well. If Jasmine was friends with Haru and Logan, I mean, they can't be that bad, right?
When you like somebody and they do something to hurt you, that makes you double mad. That's why everyone wants to bring Logan in.
I think you're right, Elsie. Can you go talk to Jasmine later? Maybe she knows something we've overlooked. Howlett? Who could that be? Precisely. No doubt. The builder deduced this from the torn photograph and the initials H and C. H for Howlett.
Or someone just asked pretty much anybody in town. Everybody knows Logan's pa's name. I thought y'all were just playing around.
Yes, of course. Anyway, why is Logan interested in medicine? Somehow I don't see him as the type to ship from monster hunter to doctor. Why did he need to consult a doctor anyway? Well, despite the indecipherable handwriting, I can decipher that Dr. Fang probably wrote this prescription. Let's ask him about it later. Hey, I know some of this stuff. Isn't this RVO's 100% organic Sandrock skin cream? And is this a recipe on how to make it?
You use beauty products?
Yeah, so?
I just always thought... Never mind.
Anyway, the products here are all unique to RVO's store. I kind of wanted to make some for myself, but he said they were all trade secrets. You're telling me Logan came up with the recipes?
Course not. Logan wouldn't concern himself with such meaningless pursuits. The nerd you seek goes by the name of... You got it. But, wait, why is this important again?
It means Arvio got these recipes from Haru, which means Arvio might know something. The more we learn, the more tangled things become. Logan and his friends seem to be talented people, and now they're putting those talents to use in the wrong place. Let's ask Arvio what he knows. I don't think he'll be able to claim these as trade secrets anymore. These small bombs are meticulously crafted. The fact that they're made from everyday objects show that whoever made them had a good understanding of chemistry. Gosh, the standard of villainy really is pretty high around these parts, huh? Based on what I've heard about Logan, something like this is too sophisticated for him to have crafted himself. He must have someone really clever working for him, or backing him. Who's someone in Sandrock who does a lot of fighting? Someone who might know who's been setting Logan up with these improvised bombs. Bingo! Penn's seen his share of fights. I'm sure he'll know where Logan's been getting his bombs from. This must be Logan's pause equipment, and Logan probably took the missing dagger. That's the only explanation that makes sense. What do you think? Well, you know, elementary and all that. I'm sure you figured that one out already, too. But thanks anyway.
Hate to get in the way of y'all's mutual backpatting, but Logan and his father were monster hunters. Of course they had fighting gear.
Monster hunters who had their weapons forged by Hugo. Look at that insignia. I'll get you a picture of the equipment later. Can you go and show it to Hugo? Maybe he can tell us more about the father-son pair. Okay. This is an action plan for the bombing of the temple. Wow, I feel we found a key clue. But why does the plan feel like it's been rejected and changed?
This is all a bunch of malarkey. Logan would never come up with no plan. And certainly not a plan with no revisions. He just does whatever his heart tells him.
Elsie, you're a genius!
Huh? I am?
This map gives us a clue about Logan's... Exactly! I can see it now. It's the wee hours of the morning. Haru, Logan's right-hand man, is scribbling madly on this map, begging Logan to see reason. No, Haru, I'm a mean bandit guy and I do whatever I want. Logan snatches Haru's plans right out of his hands, crumples them up and throws them onto the floor. We're bombing the temple and that's that.
Hey, wait a sec. You just made all that stuff up. That'll prove a dadgum thing.
Yes, everything I just said was pure conjecture. I suppose I could be wrong about everything. I guess they could have crumpled up that map for any number of reasons. This does give me another idea, though. Logan's attitude towards the church. I think it would be worthwhile to ask some of the pastors what their view on all this is. Well, we searched everywhere, dusted every corner, and looked in every nook and cranny.
And we came up with diddly squat. It's a bunch of chicken scratch! Oh, phooey, had me going there for a second.
Well, who knows? This could be exactly the break in the case we were looking for. The bombs, the medicine, Haru and Logan's past. It's all connected somehow. I just can't figure it out yet.
What's your take on all this? I don't know, partner. I think I need to take a breather. We've been doing this investigating thing forever. Let's give Mion some time to ponder on these here photographs. And perhaps we might reconvene at a later date.
Okay.
Thanks again for believing in me. Sorry I made you guys do all this. I still think Logan's a good guy, though.
I hope you're right, Elsie. I know your heart is in the right place. And hey, don't talk like it's over. Maybe there really is something more we can do. All right, gang. Check your mailboxes for updates. Let's all head home.
对耶，明年我记得从哪里找？该不会是被抓？
That was exhilarating. I never thought I'd...
Hey guys, hanging out in front of Logan's old house, I see.
Quick, say something smooth.
Say the word and I'll take him out.
Uh-oh. I better go then. You be careful now.
Whew, that was a close one. Nice work. All right, let's split up, gang. I'll provide updates for everyone via the mail. Check your mailboxes. Take it easy.
Ah, there you are. Give me your hand. It's just a test. Do not be afraid. It moved. Yes, I felt it. This feeling deep inside me every time we touch. Perhaps I should explain. When we danced the other day, I felt something deep inside me. A type of shock? Sudden and strong. Hence, I built this thermoelectronitron. It can measure a body's electronic impulse fluctuations. I've been checking for any irregularities over the last few days. My love of science has not increased lately, and I have not had any complications before. I would expect that I would have increased impulses in the research center were that the case. I need to do more tests. I will report back with conclusive results tomorrow. You wish to come with me? Perhaps that would be helpful. It would provide sufficient natural conditions for study. First, we go to the clinic. We need to check for bodily abnormalities. Healthy. Impossible. But the electrical charges... Have you checked the thermoelectronitron? This happened when I was with... a friend.
Oh, lovebird.
No. A human friend, actually.
Elle?
I'm getting arrhythmia. I need to go outside. seems we're finished at the clinic. I have another hypothesis. No, it's statistically unlikely. I believe there to be a 0.2% probability of you being the cause, an outlier. I'm a researcher. I deal with truth, not wishes. I shouldn't jump to conclusions like this. I'll do some further analysis and get back to you tomorrow.
I never heard of static electricity having that effect. I have experience. I can't tell you how often I get shocked working with Yakima fur.
Static electricity is common in Sandrock's climate. It is possible, but you're right, it's unlikely.
Right. Now, are you going to finally buy some clean clothes?
Yeah?
Hi.
Hmm? Yeah?
Huh?
Hmm. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Hey there. See you later.
回来了，我去打了。可是打字也有一些。
Our environment is everyone's responsibility.
该做的时候不做光。看一下，station 班长不要。这个
Thank you.
Did you get Mion's letter? Never mind, it's a bit of a chore. Here, check out these puppies. All the photos from yesterday. Yep, I'd probably steer clear of that mailbox of yours for today. But, even if you didn't and someone did write you a letter telling you to hold up on the investigation, you'd ignore it, wouldn't ya? 'Cause we made a promise to get to the bottom of all this, didn't we? Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to take these here photographs to the folk we talked about yesterday and find out what all they know. I'd take care of it myself, but to be honest, I can't rightly stand listening to half the folk around here for more than about a minute and a half. So the responsibility therefore lands squarely on you and your lonesome. With all this here evidence and whatnot, everybody'll have no choice but to spill the beans about what they know. At least, I assume that's how it works. So, you ready? Yeehaw! Knew I could count on you. Once we clear Logan's name, we'll be heroes. Maybe they'll hold a parade for us. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I gotta get back to the ranch before my pa notices there ain't nobody keeping the yak mail company. Let's meet up at the Blue Moon once you've got the scoop.
Ah, here you are. I need to inform you of my conclusions. After careful analysis, it seems that, in fact, I like you.
Okay, 你该说什么？
Hear me out. I did not jump to any conclusions. Quite the contrary. In fact, wait. Did you say that you feel the same? That's fantastic. Seems that my calculations are correct after all. Let me tell you how I was able to prove that statement. I made 4 hypotheses after I got shocked. First hypothesis was electrical leakage at the research center. This was proven to be false through my detector. What I did first was to turn my thermal electronitron to 100 volts and test all possible nodes at the center. Then I changed it to 1000 volts and tried again. Anyways, the result was that there was no leakage at the research center. The second hypothesis was that the shock was caused by a condition in my heart. However, I should have been getting stronger lately due to my training for the mobile suit. My heart rate did not deviate from my regular 120 beats per minute, average for someone with a caffeine consumption as high as mine. Besides, the doctor's diagnosis also said that I was healthy. Thus, the second hypothesis was false. The third hypothesis was that the shock came from static electricity due to physical contact. My investigation of static shock at Vivi's showed me that the shock I experienced was completely different, which means the truth should be my fourth hypothesis. That is, it's a reaction caused by my proximity with the one I like. Another piece of information I received was the statement from you that you like me too. Yes, of course. I remember the thrill I had when I was able to complete a research essay in a single day on the dynamics of a two-body problem. But that amount of excitement is only a fraction of how I feel right now.
Okay. 为什么我说3个？揍他！哎，留下这个证据。 不是海王哈，主要是我喜欢的那一位 ，you know， 这位到现在还没有，到现在还不行 ，you know，I don't know what to say， 是吧？
Wilmot.
Need somewhere to rest your feet? Come on in.
我绝对不是海后 ，OK？I definitely not.
Hmm.
我自己也缺的东西
Howdy. Be seeing ya.
Hello there! What stroke of luck has brought you my way? That night? When Logan attacked the temple? I'm afraid I didn't see anything. I was just at home going through my inventory. I found out about all the commotion later, just like everyone else. Hello there! What stroke of luck has brought you my way? Oh boy. It seems my secret supplier has been revealed. Yes. I told Mian that those recipes were company secrets, which was true. Only Haru and myself are privy to such knowledge. What? I was the only one left around here who knew how to make that stuff. I'm supposed to just give away my recipes like that? Come now. I've got to pay the bills too, you know? It's really so unpleasant what happened with Haru. Not only because I consider him a friend of mine, but also because of that great mind of his. He was always coming up with inventions and such. We had a really good deal. All the products he showed me how to make, I put up in my shop and we split the earnings. 50-50. I've even put aside what he'd be making. You know, if he ever comes back. Whatever would a bright and unassuming fellow be doing with a barbarian like Logan anyway? I say there must be blackmail involved. Haru would never turn against us on a dime like this. Well, friend, now that you know how to make the stuff, care to not spread it around too much? I think it's great that you're looking into things. Haru can't be the villain they're making him out to be. He just can't be. I wish you luck in your investigations. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Hey, it's Skinny Arms. How can the Protector serve you today? Aha! Trying to track down that dastardly Logan, are you? Good on you, Skinny. If you do find out where he is, why not tell me first? Skip the civil corps. Skip the paperwork, you know. Make sure Logan gets some real justice. No? I thought we were doing extrajudicial stuff already. It's not such a stretch from what you're doing now. Fine. What do I know? Let me think. The night Logan attacked our temple, I was at home pumping iron. Yes, I believe I was trying to perfect a 300-kilogram clean and press with one finger. But my darn palmar interosseous muscle was acting up. As soon as I heard the explosion, I rushed out of my room to see Burgess knocked out. That's something I see all the time, but what really caught my attention was the exploded temple. I managed to catch a glimpse of Logan riding away with someone, but they were too far gone for me to pursue. Maybe it really is time for me to get a loyal steed to call my own. Nah, I'll just keep training to run faster. Well, I hope you enjoyed listening to my story as much as I enjoyed telling it. Say, Skinny Arms, you're a good listener. I'll have to tell you stories more often. Hey, it's Skinny Arms. How can... what's that? Making bombs now, are we? Ha! Finally! You're getting into building cool stuff. I meant to say something to you about all those lame screws and boards and, oh, I see. Yes, now that you mention it, I believe I have seen these kinds of bombs before. Yes. It's coming back to me. That foul Logan's paramount compatriot used those kinds of bombs as his weapons of choice. A bit cowardly, if you ask me. If you don't have the guts to look someone in the eye as you punch them in the teeth, well, in my book, you shouldn't be fighting at all. Furthermore, these puny things would hardly scathe an indomitable chevalier such as myself. Hey, it's Skinny Arms. How can the Protector serve you today? No more questions, I agree. There's a very good chance there's something around here that could aid in Logan's apprehension. Do let me know if you come up with anything good.
Why don't you kick back with a glass of fresh yak?
看一下任务哈。对，然后说公司有什么做的？是啦。
Oh, hey there. Here for the ceremony, huh? Well, this is it. I paid an arm and a leg getting advertising all the way out to Atara. And this is the turnout. Logan. Why couldn't he have blown up the water tower next week? Or better yet, not at all? Well, on the bright side, since there's no one here, there's no one to see how miserable of a failure this is. Thanks for coming out to show your support. I'm sure you've still got plenty to do after the attack. It means a lot. This ain't the end of the world, though. Maybe once the Civil Corps finally catch that no-goodnik, I'll paint the sleds a different color and rebrand the whole thing or something. I even had this gift specially picked out for my first customer, and I guess my first customer is you now, huh? I guess technically Burgess was here first, but his beliefs wouldn't allow him to accept a relic. Here you go. Oh, speaking of Burgess, he wanted to talk to you. He feels responsible for getting the ball rolling on this thing, I guess. I mean, this is nobody's fault but Logan's, but I couldn't convince him otherwise. Catch you later. We'll get him next time.
Yeah, 玩起来这个。Buggers, are you okay?
Hey there. Gosh, real shame about all this. It seems like this whole entertainment thing blew up in our faces, and it's all my fault. If I just hadn't bothered with that darn survey. Well, I suppose one could blame Logan, as his antics did scare everyone away from the ceremony, but oh shucks, let's call it 50-50. What's more, I realized that my survey, which was intended to support the need for giving people in town a rest, actually ended up putting you builders back to work. Well, I'm real sorry that things turned out like this. Foresight is not your strong suit. Miguel always says that about me. If it means anything, I did want to tell you that I think you did a really great job on the sand sled thing, even if nobody showed up. All the stuff you've been doing for Sandrock, well, a lot of people appreciate it. We're all rooting for you. So, I saved up some money and got you a week-long pass to ride on Katori's sand sled game as many times as you want. I got one for Mian, too, since you guys have been working so hard lately. Well, have fun. Be careful, those sleds can get real speedy.
Okay.
Oh, hi. You're looking kind of serious. Is everything okay? Oh, gosh. You want to know about that night? Well, let me think. Everything is a bit fuzzy for me. I was taking the late shift, helping out with patrols, making sure nobody snuck in to see old Howlett, who was being quarantined. It was a stressful time for all of us, but obviously Logan was affected the most. Sure enough, he showed up and the last thing I remember is me politely explaining to him that going into the temple right then was against the rules. Then everything went black. When I woke up, everybody helped me to my feet and wanted to know what happened, but I didn't really see anything. It's all very sad. I can't help but think if Logan hadn't acted so irrationally, perhaps his father would still be... Some things are best not to dwell on. What happened happened. No one wanted it to be this way. Blaming anyone won't bring him back. I think the sooner Logan accepts that and takes responsibility for what he did, well, perhaps the sooner we can have him back in the flock. Maybe the reason no one's talked about this much since you've been here is we are all really sad about the way things turned out. Maybe some people also fear that it's something they did that drove Logan down this path. Logan will come back to the light one day. I'm sure of it. Just make sure to stay safe out there. And remember, we're all in this together, so don't hesitate to ask for help.
去还要把那个太空人给装在架线里，这样我就可以省很多空间啦。玩这种游戏，你的心态要放宽，不然的话，有些人就很容易混乱，因为太多东西要做了。它是来锻炼你的那个计划性。这是我自我安慰的其中一个办法。为什么这游戏这么忙啊？坐这边。这个要不要放在外面呢？所以桌子在哪？我是真的没看到那桌子OK。放在外面还要
Hello. Uh-huh.
是吗？他要我做什么 ？Request bot 7、9，我想7个耶，我给他，然后我自己亏死了。这是干嘛？So, where was the request bot? Here? Maybe this? This is 太贵了，所以我做这个。我就去了啦，不能给，这我也不给。Cross lens。哦，不要，对，glass。那我去看我的。这样应该能进去呗？能进去了，我也不知道。是这样。超前面被封住睡觉。好天呐，本来都是有艺术天分的人。
Howdy.
Hey there. I trust your director delivered my diagrams as promised. I believe you will find this water tower, once constructed, to be quite unexplodable. You know, this is somewhat startling. I also happen to be free. Well then, let's begin our date.
我只是要那个而已啦。
finished. Okay, well.
亲一下 ，OK， 就亲一下。为什么不是我亲他？是有钱的，给他去做任务先。我去找一下那边。Hugo。
Hey there. Hope the pressure's not getting to you too much. You're trying to find out more information about Logan, huh? Well, ain't that cute? I'm afraid there ain't much more to know than what's already been known. But I suppose I wouldn't mind you proving me wrong on that. Huh? So what if I did? What was I supposed to do? His mind was made up. If he had half of mine left at all. I'm afraid there ain't much more to know than what's already been known. But I suppose I wouldn't mind you proving me wrong on that. What? Yeah, I made this equipment. So what? I can't hardly be held responsible for everything that moves in and out of my shop now, can I? What are you implying, huh? You got a lot of nerve. Look, I was close with Howlett and Logan as well. What happened to that man was a gosh dang travesty. But that's just the way things are out here sometimes. All it takes is one slip up, and you're gone. I always considered myself to be like an uncle to Logan. I would have taken him in, but I guess he didn't see it that way. I worry about what Logan might do, and I worry about how the more things escalate, the less likely I'm ever gonna see that pup I used to know ever again. There ain't gonna be an amicable settlement at the end of all this. So don't over-involve yourself. Be seeing ya.
说不在这，他又不是帅哥的话，我会帮他领路。你有 hear me？ 去找一个没人教任务。I'm here. Okay.
Thank you.
天哪，你看看呀 ！Buy for Amazon。哎，那你是谁啊？而且我，这两个我好像也没看过，过后应该会出来的吧？哇塞！ 听了吗？哦，马切尔的。
Howdy there. Any news to report on the water tower? Well, of course, I was there at the scene of it all, as were most of us. I came out after the explosion, but by the time I knew what was going on, Logan was long gone. Howdy there. Any news to report on the water tower? Goodness, nowhere ever did you find this. You know, you don't need to be sneaking around, acting all suspicious if all you're after is information. Yes, this makes sense. Although I must admit, this shows a level of organization from Logan I can't say I was aware he might be capable of. No doubt you started to put things together since your arrival, but perhaps you'd best hear the tale in its entirety to dispel any misconceptions you might have about the whole ordeal. Not too long before you started living in Sandrock, a great tragedy struck this town. Howlett, the monster hunter, and his son Logan, with whom you are already quite familiar with, ran into some trouble. Howlett went diving in some ruins explicitly blocked off by the Civil Corps due to an abundance of unknown and dangerous substances. Sure enough, he became contaminated with something bizarre. Logan reacted rather wildly after Pastor Miguel quarantined his father inside the temple and refused to let Logan come in contact with him due to fears of contamination. He couldn't believe his father would be so careless as to come in contact with dangerous Age of Corruption concoctions. One night during the quarantine, Logan attacked the temple with bombs. I assume it was to free his father from the quarantine, but whatever the case, Logan botched the operation and parts of the temple collapsed. Us church folk were all outside, but Logan's father was still in there where we'd left him, and when we found him down there, he was already gone. Logan blamed us church folk for what happened. Now he seems bent on some kind of revenge. And he'd sooner take down the whole town if it means getting to us, I reckon. I appreciate your concern on the matter, but I fear there's not much we can do but trust in the acumen of our Civil Corps to bring Logan to justice. Without hurting him too much, I hope. Try not to get discouraged. There are brighter days ahead, I'm sure of it.
我觉得他可能是那个测试那个 Miguel，you know。先去找他，先去穿一下这个 ，yes。因为不做的话，可能会比较浪费一下时间啊。
I trust your director delivered my... I believe you will find this water tower. So long.
Ooh, stinky.
Only temporary.
Okay.
No answer? No? Yes, do you want a...
Soon.
No, no!
这一点帮助都没有。看一下啊，这边 clinic 的
Be seeing you.
Grace, that's it.
Hey! Has Owen told you about his new idea? It's even been approved by the church and all. We're going to make the world a better place.
What?
Let me fill you in then. Short of it is, some small villages around Sandrock are just scraping by, eating sand rice 3 meals a day.
Okay.
Owen, being the boss he is, decided to step up and ship some hearty meals their way. Only question was logistics. We pitched it to the church and they were on board right away. Had a bit of back and forth. They said they'll help deliver meals if Owen cooks them up. Right? I think it's kind of amazing. These small villages are pretty far from Sandrock, and the desert is a relentless climate. Not so fun fact, perishable food starts to spoil after only 2 hours in the heat. Plus, if we're going to bring them food, I want it to be fresh. Their lives are hard enough. They don't need soggy room temperature noodles on top of the, hardship and everything. So I designed an insulated backpack based on a takeout box relic found by the Civil Corps. It said that in the old world, people could enjoy fresh food without even needing to leave their house. These takeout boxes, they used an advanced technology to make a compound of aluminum oxide and silica powder. This compound is a soft, flexible material that was used for effective insulation. Using this box, food could be kept fresh long enough to ensure a safe and enjoyable delivery. I tried to get Chi to look into the tech for me, but he said it didn't seem worth it. Oh, please, space tech isn't the only thing worth studying. Ya space case? Ahem. Best not to get too worked up about it. Anyway, after a bit of my own research, I now have a recipe for the insulated backpack. Would you mind helping me make it? Thank you so much. All right, come show me when it's ready. I'm kind of curious to see how useful this old world tech really is.
Okay.
You're looking into the Logan incident, eh? Dreadful stuff. I'm quite displeased to see things turn out the way they did. Not to mention the fallout since. But it can't be helped. To be blunt, if Howlett had stayed out of the ruins we all know are too dangerous to explore, he'd still be alive. Yes, I made the decision to put Howlett under quarantine. Yes, it did enrage Logan and drive him to madness. But I did what was best for the town, and I'd do it again if I had to. It's not a pleasant tale, just like the state of our world, unfortunately.
What happened to you? 这是什么？要骗鱼是吧？有时间吗？先做这个。 Jasmine gun oven. Okay. Đây rồi. Tại sao ta? Đi vào máy đọc đi.
Hey! Are you okay? He told me right before the incident everything would be okay. He lied. Oh. This. I never should have drew this. If I knew what was going to happen, I never would have. We used to go on lots of adventures. Then Logan changed. He didn't care about me, or my mom, or anybody. My mom said if things get better, we were going to rebuild a school in Sandrock. But things got worse because of Logan! Now I'm the only kid in town.
Grace recently suggested that we send food to the surrounding villages in Sandrock. You know, I can't believe I didn't think of it myself. She really is something. I took her idea right to the church, and they said yes without hesitation. Danby volunteered to be the delivery girl about 2 seconds after. Yeah, quite a few people in town are from the villages originally. You know, Burgess is, and Logan's friend, Haru.
Hey there! How you holding up? Yeah, not that night. But he came into the saloon that day with Haru, and they were acting real strange, buying up a lot of supplies. It was later that I heard that they blew up the temple in an attempt to get Howlett out, and the old man died in the blast. Frankly, even if Logan did manage to get Howlett out of quarantine, it would have endangered us all with the disease. Real sad story. Other than that, though, I'm afraid I don't know much of anything. Hey there! How you holding up? Wow. Where'd you dig up an old relic like that? Yep, that's me in the background. But I can't say I remember too much about this day. Oh, people were always getting married in the blue moon back then. Logan's ma. What was she like? I can barely remember her face if not for this photo. She skipped town not too long after Logan was born. It shocked everyone with that move. Hardly worth mentioning Logan's old man. Howlett took it the hardest. But you'd never have guessed it from this photo. Looks like a match made in heaven. Except for the tear down the center, I guess. When Howlett came back with the disease and was put in quarantine by the church, Logan really lost it. He started shouting for them to release his paw outside the temple door. Understandable. Howlett was all he had his whole life. Well, that's not completely true. I considered Logan a friend once. I really just hope he sees through all this madness and turns himself in. Then maybe the healing can begin. So you're trying to find out more about Logan, huh? Yeah, I don't blame you. It's all pretty weird. Never heard of a decent fella going bad so quick like that. My hope through all of this is that nobody else gets hurt. Well, good luck with whatever it is you're doing. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Hello. Thank you.
You did what?
I did what I had to do.
What you did was impulsive. And you put our friend in danger. I was coming up with a plan.
Alright, I reckon when you put it that way, I did what I had to do in order to get things done in a time frame that I could find satisfactory. Which is basically the same thing. Look, here they are now. Everything went fine, right? Yeehaw! See, it's like I said. Not everybody's a detective. Folks got their own problems to worry about. Getting away with stuff is real easy. Half of the time it works every time.
That's very specious reasoning.
Much obliged.
Well, if you're safe, I guess there's no point in getting hung up on what's already happened. Can you guys just promise me that you'll be more careful in the future?
Ain't y'all ever heard of all's well that ends well? Fortune favors the bold. Stupid is as stupid does. I thought y'all were into book learning. Oh, alright, fine. We promise. With that being said, spill the beans! What'd you find out?
I see.
Wow! So, what does it all mean?
I have no idea.
What? Come on, you said talking to everyone would help us solve the case.
Elsie could really do with a little less backseat detectiving right now.
I'm sorry, I'm just all riled up.
I think the best thing we can do for now is just wait until we have something else to go on. Thanks for doing all you did. Your summary on what you learned today was incisive and insightful.
Yeah, you went out there and hit the streets like a real hard-boiled bad egg. In fact, that gives me an idea. Tomorrow, I'm gonna give you a surprise. No, not one of thems. A real surprise. You just better ready. I'm off.
Might want to double check your windows are locked tonight. Nothing more for us to do now. Better just get back to it. See ya!
他要吃酱油的，我记得。你有卖这个东西的诶，大哥。做一下鱼，那这么忙啊？The cat you did.
Need to salvage in the scrapyard? Let me know if you do. All right then. You come to the entrance of the scrapyard at 11 o'clock tonight, and I'll take you in. Don't forget, okay?
Oh hey, you're diving today too, huh? Hey, check this out! A mysterious black box. It doesn't have a latch or anything, and I can't break it open either. Believe me, I tried. I have to know what's inside. It's driving me crazy! The box must be holding something inside. What do you think I should do? Sure, Director Chi knows all kinds of stuff. Maybe he's even encountered one of these things before. I'll stop by the research center tomorrow around 6 p.m. You should join me if you have time. Well, I've got enough ores for today, I reckon. Be seeing you.
Got that backpack for me? Hey, nice. Looks good. If the design works, the food will not only last for hours, but also arrive at its destination looking like it's fresh out of the kitchen. You know, the more I study old world technology, the more I realize that most of their advancements came from pure laziness. These takeout boxes, for example. It's just because they were too lazy to leave their house or cook. Certainly if necessity is the mother of all invention, laziness is the father. Or uncle. Daughter? Because necessity comes first? Cousin? Well, anyway, thanks for your help. I'll give this to Danby. They said she was more than eager to do the deliveries, and I'll be there to give her a hand when she's busy. See you later.
That ball of paper. Can I have a look? I think it might be mine. No, I didn't mean to litter. I'm sorry. I dropped it out of my window in a bit of frustration earlier. Thank you. It suddenly occurred to me that I'd written a particularly beautiful sentence on this piece. I'm sure it seems strange to rifle through trash finding a single sentence. But to a writer, inspiration comes but at a moment's notice. But I couldn't remember what it was I wrote. Let me see. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. No, that's awful. No one would remember that. What was I thinking? The stars glisten with the light of 1,000 lives. A diamond, an oath, a promise. This sentence. What do you think? You're too kind. When I was a child, I thought stars were like diamonds. I wrote as such. And even the teacher thought my similes were beautiful. My classmates, they didn't understand. They didn't like it at all. Perhaps. We were young at the time, after all. But I've always been in a special situation. My mother is an actor in musical theater. Due to this, she was always adorned in fine gems and jewelry. So I had seen many of them from a young age. Since coming to Sandrock, I've almost spent all of my savings. As a writer, I don't have much of an income before each release. So, in order to stay here and write my books, I need an income to supplement my daily expenses. And I can't just ask my family for more money. So, my wondrous, amazing, kind builder, I have a request. For the sake of helping those in dire straits, eating nothing but the specials at the Blue Moon, could I ask you for a discount next time I need your services? You're too kind. But no, I was joking with you. Don't worry. I'm not quite at that level yet, thankfully. I'll pay you whatever you need. Well, today has been enlightening. Thank you so much for your inspiration. And also for keeping me company. But I really have to run. These articles don't write themselves, you know.
Hey there.
Why don't you kick back with a glass of fresh yak milk and hear a tall tale? Come on down to the Blue Moon Saloon. Home to the tastiest treats this side of the Newfoundland.
Hear my 2 cents. The birds can keep their chain by singing.
Okay. I'm singing to
Hey, Peck! Why haven't you gone home yet? It's so late. That's not like you.
I'd never get caught dead doing overtime. You just don't get it. That's why you'll always be small time, Venti. Night shift pays double, and you work half as hard. Plus, I get to sleep all day tomorrow.
Well, if that's the kind of life that makes you happy. Oh, yeah, I have a few bottles of yak milk here. You love drinking it, right? Take them all.
Ooh, hey, yeah, that's the stuff. Look, maybe I got it wrong. You're all right, Venti. I could make a super jumbo yak shake with all this. Oh, but not until after my shift is over.
Well, it's as you said, isn't it? There's not much to do during the night shift. Everyone in Sandrock is so wonderful. No one leaves their door unlocked. No one litters the streets. You should go. Milkshakes before midnight are the freshest and most delicious.
Yeah, is that like scientifically true? Yeah, now that you mention it, I could totally get away with it. I could suck down viscous yak milk goo till the sun comes up. That is, if somebody keeps their mouth shut.
I won't tell if you don't. Who would know?
me.
Whoa, when did you get so cool, Venti? I won't forget about this. Somehow after today, I think we're gonna be friends forever. See ya.
That should do it. Oh, you're here. Your footsteps are so light that I didn't even hear you. You scared me. Is that so? Oh, well, let's not talk so much here. Let's go quickly and salvage up some precious relic. Let's go. Your digging movements are so efficient. Amira is such a beauty, and she's also very kind. Whenever she talks to me, I can feel her sense of understanding. It's so much fun digging through junk together with you. Time flew by so fast. Here, take all of these. They're all the scraps I dug up. They're yours now.
Thank you.
Wow, look at the stars in the sky. I rarely stay in the scrapyard this late into the night, but I didn't realize the view could be so beautiful. It reminds me of my hometown Baja, where I would wake up in the middle of the night and see a sky full of stars. I love open spaces. You know what? Nights have their own scents. Like now, if you take a deep breath, it smells like dark ore, weeds, and even motor oil. It's different from the scent of things during the day that have been sunbaked. It's quiet and kind of refreshing. And I can also smell your scent, a professional builder. It's easy to recognize it's you. Hey, do you need to get home? How about we go sit by the crane lift, chat, and look more at the stars?
Okay.
Let's go. We'll sit over there. Is there anyone who doesn't like salvaging? I will never hate salvaging scrap. Maybe some people think that scrap is dirty and unsanitary, but I grew up in a landfill, and my greatest pleasure is finding various discarded items and turning them into something useful. Sleeping in a trash can is more comfortable than sleeping on a bed. Working to help others recycle waste materials is absolutely my favorite thing to do. Many people say that. I often see people on the street who look like me, but there are still differences. Venti is one of a kind. So, my good friend, you'll remember me, won't you? I didn't invite anyone else to come and dig through scrap with me. I think it's a very enjoyable thing to do privately, so I only want to do it with people I feel close to. So, please don't tell anyone else about the fact that I brought you here to dig for scrap, okay? Okay, let's go back and rest today. It was great digging through scrap with you. See you later.
行，我今天就先玩到这啦，我们下次再见喽，拜拜。